uh, recording. I will be sharing the recording by this evening itself, but certificates will be given to you by mail uh, on day after 28th, because I have to prepare for another one on 29th. There is a huge demand for the webinar, and the people are just asking for this certification. The Manaka certificate, if I have to sell, then why should I work so much hard? I will also just write down a certificate and send you.
True.
All right, sir.
Exactly.
We are
Yeah.
starting
Yes.
now.
Yeah. Yes. Sir. Go ahead.
Okay, one lady and one gentleman out here. Two ladies. Yeah. Mr. Venu, you can see my screen, no?
Yeah. That's right.
It is visible.
Yeah. Yeah. It's visible now.
So there are two ladies and two gentlemen. Oh, what happened there? अरे ये क्या हो गया? अरे अरे यार, what is happening? Just 1 second. I don't know where the window has gone. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we shall start out here, and I will let you know. First thing is, what exactly are these 21 first century learning skills? You see, there are all in all 5 and 4, 5 and 4, 9 and 4, 13, 12 or 13 skills. Yeah, I will just let you know out here itself. अरे कहाँ चले गई? So we will start out here first. Is this 21st century learning skills are one of the most popular topic, specifically in the middle and high school classrooms. And why they are important is because the time when we used to study in this class in this school, that time was totally different. At that time, these skills were not required or they were not emphasized upon, because that was the teacher centric learning. And that teacher centric learning means कि whatsoever the methodology or the strategy liked by the teacher, then only they used to adopt that particular strategy. Oh, just 1 second, Mr. Venu.
Yeah. Okay.
There are people who are waiting, and they are saying they didn't get the link. How do I believe? Mm-mm. अरे यार, this is the problem. The people are writing their details only in the messages. हेलो स्मिता जी, मैडम अभी आपने पेमेंट अभी किया है। अब देखिए टाइम की, तो लिंक तो सर मैम मैंने ग्रुप में डाल दिया है। नहीं मैम, मैंने लिंक एक ही जगह पे पेमेंट एक ही जगह पे लिंक शेयर किया है। आप देखो तो सही, 21st सेंचुरी लर्निंग स्किल 4 C's। मैम लिंक मैंने भेजा है, आप मेरे को एक व्हाट्सएप करो अपने नंबर से, मेरे को पर्टिकुलरली स्पेसिफिकली मैं अभी भेजता हूँ लिंक आपको। देयर आर पीपल, हाँ देयर आर पीपल ज्वाइनिंग ओवर देयर। There are people who are there, they have paid and are there, but still they say, "Okay, I haven't got Sunita Patil." Yes, she is there. Chalo. So these are the skills which are required, but it can be very much difficult because these skills are interdependent and we don't know where from we should start. Not a single teacher knows where to start. So that will be a difficult thing for everybody, whatsoever it is, to क्या करें, कैसे जाएं, where to start. And that is why this webinar I am holding for the first 4 C's. What these 4 C's are a little bit later, because this is critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication. These four we will be discussing today. Not very long, maximum 7:10 we will be finishing off. So and then later on, next four and next four, next three and five. Critical thinking basically is logically assessing information to make informed decision. You see, that is critical thinking. Critical thinking means when the information is being given to you, then you analyze. First, you logically assess what exactly is the information which has been provided to me. What are the things for the from that particular information which I can utilize for making a particular decision. You see, for example, I have to go to Delhi, from Mumbai to Delhi. Then what will be happening? What should happen? Some people will say go by air, then by train, then by bus, then by car. So I have to take out of all those options, I have to take which one will be economical to my pocket also, as well as which one will be easier for me to take. It might not be easier for me. You see, there are 7 participants so far. Yeah, Smita Patel is also there. You see, everybody is coming, seven participants. So that is basically the critical thinking, which gives me an opportunity to make informed decision. Informed means I have got the information beforehand, and then only I take a particular decision. Next is creative thinking. Creativity, that is empowering. Empowerment to create, to see first the concept in a different light, and then leading to innovative thinking and problem solving. I will be discussing them one by one in a few moments. Next is collaboration. You see, you might be very good in speaking, I might be very good in presenting, third one might be very good in that is called the teamwork, collaboration for teamwork, in handling the audiovisual system. So we all collaborate with each other and help each other how to do the things ourselves, means with the help of each other. Mm, today is too much disturbance. वो वाली window कहाँ गई? So that way we collaborate with each other to find out exactly who can help me and who cannot. And what will be the difference? What will be the different result? Goal will be same. That is why we collaborate to reach the same particular end result, but we collaborate with the talent of each person utilized properly, and then we take the decision. Next is communication. It is the practice of conveying ideas. We can collaborate only when we convey our ideas, what concept I have got of doing a particular task, what the thing you can provide for uh, rather helping me out to reach the common goal. That is communication. Number one is critical thinking. You see, critical thinking is basically a left brain activity. And when they are using the word critical thinking, which means they are speak of left brain activity, and there are certain critical things with abilities which are utilized or which have to be utilized to reach a common goal. Critical thinking, first is analysis or analyzing. Analysis in the scientific language means breaking down the information into different parts, examining each part and noting how they fit together to work, how they fit in with each other to work properly. And that is called critical thinking. First thing is analysis. Then once we have noted down the different parts, we have noted down their actions, what action they can perform. We examine each part and then we discuss. That means argument backed by evidence. You see, a screwdriver can be utilized to tighten the screw or loose the screw. The second person may come up with the idea that the screwdriver can be utilized to make a hole also. And that is true, which means argument is the, the foundation of this particular thing. Next one is classification. Once we have analyzed, we have broken down the information into different parts, we have found out how they do, how they perform, what the results they will be giving, then we classify them, which means each information or the type or the group of information is different from each other. So that means classification. This particular instrument will be utilized for doing this particular act. So that way we do the things. Then comparing and contrasting. And see, basically critical thinking, the parts of all parts of critical thinking are the part of Bloom's taxonomy, the basic one, knowledge. Over there, these are all the parts of a Bloom's technology. That means comparing and contrasting. First is similarities and then the differences between two or more than two tools or subjects. Then defining is explained. Defining is means explaining the meaning of a term using denotations, annotations, connotations, example, etymology, synonyms, antonyms, anything. How do we define the particular thing? यार इस स्क्रीन से बाहर कैसे चला गया? Then describing. Describing is the explaining the traits of something, such as what particular thing looks like, the size, the shape, the weight, the color, its use, its origin, its value. Value means importance. Under what conditions it can be utilized. So on and so forth. Next is evaluation, the final thing. That is deciding on the worth of something by comparing it against the accepted standards. And that is what we say thinking out of box. Out of box means whatsoever is has been given to us, provided to us, is under the different circumstances, it may work differently. It may work differently. So that way we have to see the things how they can we can under the accepted standard values, how it can be utilized. Evaluation. And then explaining is telling what something is or how it works or how it can be utilized, how it can be useful for the work to reach this common goal, and so on and so forth. That is, explaining means detailing all the details. In details, we discuss about all these things. Then we come down to problem. Then we come down to tracking. Cause and effect is determining why something is happening, why something is not happening. जस्ट वन सेकेंड बॉस, वेबिनार में हूँ, करता हूँ आपको 7:30 बजे फोन. भाई मेरे, मैं वेबिनार कर रहा हूँ, अभी थोड़ी देर में फोन करता हूँ. So that way we say then. Finally, we come down to tracking. That is determining why something is happening or why something is not happening and what is the result. That is tracking, cause and effect. What made it to work? What made it to work and what stopped it from working properly? So that way we decide. That is called tracking. Next is creative thinking or creativity. Now, creative thinking is expansive. Please mute yourself. I have already done it, but I don't know how it happened again. Next is yeah, creativity. So, open-ended inventions and discovery of possibilities. Whatsoever, the first thing we did is critical thinking and then creativity. Out of that critical thinking, after reaching the goal, we find out about what are the different possibilities of reaching the same goal from different angles. That is right brain. Our first one was left brain activity. This is right brain activity. That is creative thinking. And the major parts, or what we say, the abilities which are included in creativity, is the first thing is brainstorming. This brainstorming means asking the questions. Sometimes rapid fire session can be also there, and sometimes the questions can be given there which are detailed. And then under given circumstances, what the performers are asked to do is to find out the different possibilities which are far-fetched, which are impractical, which may be impossible from the point of view of one person, but they may not be impossible from others' point of view. So that way, we have to go for the brainstorm. Then next is creating something that requires forming it by combining material. First one, in the critical thinking, it was analyzing, that is analysis, breaking down. Over here, combining the things together, bringing the things together to create the new thing. That means perhaps according to a plan, or perhaps based on the impulse of the moment. Sometimes we do the things planned, but going through that particular plan, we find out that this thing may happen, this thing may not happen. So, or this thing can be done in different way also. So, what should be the different ways that is creating? At the impulse of moment, the person comes up with particular idea. So, this can be done this way. This can be done this way. Acha, let us try. Next is designing. Creating means designing something, which means finding the conjunction between the form and the function and shaping the material for a specific purpose. Designing means that thing, bringing the things together in different combinations. Then entertaining. Entertaining means that is giving your ideas in different ways. Storytelling, making jokes, singing song, playing games. And this is particularly the thing which is required in present day generation students. The present day generation students, they need these skills. Why? Because they that is what we call gamification. Gamification is also gamification also, as well as what exactly is done is fun way of teaching a particular subject or topic or subtopic. And next is imagining ideas, that involves reaching reaching into unknown and impossible, perhaps idly or with great focus, just like Einstein did with his thought experiment. What he used to did is, this is generally believed that Einstein was the person who could use his brain up to the maximum capacity of 12%. Not a single person or human body at present, till present time, could use his brain up to 100% capacity. Nobody can. Even Einstein could also use 12 or 13% maximum. But what he used to do is, why both of his hemispheres used to work is because he could utilize his brain in both the hemispheres, left hemisphere, right hemisphere, left brain, right brain, both of them. So first he used to think, then he used to put it into experiment. And you see, whenever he used to do, he could fail. He knew that I could fail, but that was not the cause of withdrawing himself from experimenting and experimenting, and certainly he came to discovering a number of things. Next one is improvising a solution, which means using something in a novel way to solve a problem. Improvisation, what is exactly the improvisation is means ki I am using a particular thing in such a way that it is not to be utilized in that particular thing or that particular function, but but that way it can work, right? Like say for example in western UP side, if you come to western side of the UP, Uttar Pradesh, there are trolley tractors. Trolley tractors means what they used to do is that they use generally the water withdrawing motor, which we call pump, onto a tractor. In place of the original one, the original engine is gone, lost, or not working properly. So what they used to do is they utilize that particular pump in place of this, and that way that is called improvisation. Creativity is innovation. Innovation means again something I have told you that has not existed before, and that is why these two things, gamification number one, and fun ways of learning through uh, storytelling, through game, through song, singing a song, painting, art, dance, integrated learning. This is, and that way they could use this innovation. They can innovate new things. Then overturning something, which means flipping. You might have heard a particular word called uh, flip classroom. That is the concept we as a teacher can understand, but the students may not be able to understand. That is why I say flip teaching. Now, flip teaching is the teacher takes the place of students, and students take the place of teacher. So that way, there is flipping. And how it is done is that a teacher makes a small video, 3 to 5 minutes. Say, for example, you are not able to come to the school. So what you will be doing is you will uh, you will create a video of that particular topic which you were supposed to uh, which you are supposed to teach in particular class on a particular day, but you are not able to come to the school. Then what will you do? What you will do is you will create, you will make a video of that particular topic and send it to your class. They will study whenever they are free, they feel like. Then they will come up with the questions. And the next part is that when they come to the class, they are full of questions, full of doubts, but they expect the problem solving from you. And that is why problem solving is also a part of creativity. How to solve a particular problem using creative abilities listed here, all out here. They are all listed out here. What are the possible, you have to figure out what are the possible solutions that may or may not work. Got idea? Then questioning. Questioning is flip class में अभी मैंने example दिया है. Questioning means actively reaching into what is unknown to make it known. I don't know. And this part is particularly very important for the teachers as well as more important for the students, because this is the part where the curiosity is enhanced. The curiosity, that is the person who is asking a question from you, he is curious to know about the things. And that is why he is asking a question which is unknown to you. And if it is unknown, then how you make it known to him? How you make it known to him? He asks the question and you answer them. Generally, we stop them. I will, okay, don't disturb the class. Shut down. Keep shut. Sit down. Used to use these type of words earlier, but not now. They are not acceptable now. So we have to give, which means in the flipped classroom also the teacher must come very much prepared beforehand what may come up. And candidly, you must admit that I will be coming to your answer tomorrow in the same class because at present I am very short of this answer. Next is collaboration. Collaboration means allocation. You see, just now I gave you an example how the different parts of the team they work together, they have different abilities, and they work together to give you the solutions with different abilities. Each one has got different ability, and they come up with different uh, their what you call not qualification, I can say their talent to add up, and that is called allocation. If a person, just like I was worked in St. Paul's, Darjeeling, over there, we used to, whenever there is a function going on or was to be held, I was in charge of chemistry club. Then there was there were people, audiovisual club, photography club, and so on, decoration. Then preparing the students for the welcome address, welcome song, presenting bouquet. A number of things are there. The number of work is there. So that is allocation. All members of the team can work optimally and with responsibility to ensure that the end goal is reached. Now the brainstorming I have discussed with you earlier also, it may be rapid questioning also. It may be writing down the ideas without pausing to critique them. The next one comes is decision making. With all the brainstorming, when we have got all the probable solutions, I'm not saying solutions, probable solutions to all the things, then what happens? Then what will happen? We will write down, we will jot down all the options that are available, and then we come out with collaboration, allocation, brainstorming, then we come down to decision making. That means sorting out through many options that are provided to the group and arriving at a single option to move forward. Okay, this is the route, this is the way, or the this is the methodology which we will be adopting to reach the end result. And once we have done this, allocation and delegation. Delegation is assigning duties to different members of the group and expecting them to fulfill their part of the task. That is delegation. Now, next is collaboration is evaluation. Evaluating the products, the processes, the members of the group provides a clear sense of what is working well and what improvement could be made. This is basically evaluation is a part of reflection. Reflection means we reflect back what can be added further to make the result more achievable and what should be deleted that is making any hindrance or stoppage or roadblock to reach the end result. That is reflection or evaluation also. Then goal setting, which means the group must analyze the situation and decide what outcome is desired. If we use this, then where will we be reaching? Where we will reach? What will be the end result? What will be the outcome? And clearly state the achievable objectives. Just like in lesson planning, what are the learning objectives? The student will be able to solve the problem using Pythagorean theorem. That's all up to this point. So that way we set the goal, the objectives. And now once it is done, then we go further to reach leading a group. That means creating an environment in which all the members can contribute according to their abilities. Whatsoever the ability they have got, we create an environment. We create an environment in such a way that everybody works. Everybody works. Oh my God, I don't know what is happening today. Hmm. So that means creating an environment, a working environment where everybody is contributing positively. Collaboration, managing time, it has to be time bound. The risk that are the tasks that they are scheduled to reach the end result, we must be able to classify them at to up to what point. Say, for example, from Mumbai to Delhi, I am coming by train. It, and we expect the train to reach within 3 hours to Ratlam. Okay, fine. That is our goal. Then we break down whole journey into schedules. And then towards the goal when we are reaching, we keep on tracking the progress, whether we are in time or not. And if there is not any roadblock, whether we started late or there were certain other problems which we could not uh, evaluate beforehand, but now we are coming up. So, what once you find out that what exactly is the conflict, then we collaborate again, cooperate with each other, and then competing or differing may differ again with the conflicts. Every member of the group may have different ideas again to resolve the conflict. So we have to come to this final conclusion that is, yes, this is the final conclusion through which we can reach the end result. And then team building. It means cooperating together, to cooperating with each other to reach the end result, working overtime to achieve a common goal. Next is communication. You see, communication is again very important, which means thinking about the subject, the purpose, the sender, receiver, medium, context, in which context I have to go for this communication. Why should I talk to him? One person wants to talk to another person under what conditions, what are the circumstances, what is required, why I should talk to find out the solution. Now, choosing a medium of communication, which means deciding the most appropriate way to deliver a message, ranging from a face-to-face chat or a 400-page report, depending upon, like for example, the budget, which was presented this year in February, in January. How it is to be done is the different departments of the government, they work together, they collaborate with each other, they cooperate with each other, and they communicate with each other to make a final report, and that is presented by the finance minister in the this thing in the parliament, choosing a medium. And finally, the next day it came into the newspaper, the detailed report. And each one, if I am a farmer, I will be going to that section which is describing the benefits to the farmer or drawbacks to the farmer. Then there were discussions upon them. Then there will be now suggestions are going on. And finally, the budget will be approved only after that particular particular exercise of discussing. Now, evaluating. Evaluating messages means deciding whether they are correct or not. The message is complete or not. The message has come from reliable source or not. The person who is sending message is authoritative in that particular area in which he is commenting or not. A number of things which, way by way of evaluation, we come to the conclusion that yes, this can be accepted. The message is correct, it is complete, it is reliable, coming from the authoritative person, the reliable person, who is a genuine master of that particular area. And then following conventions. Following conventions means communicating using the expected norms for the medium chosen. Say, for example, there is a program going on the there was a program going on the televisions. कौन बनेगा प्रधानमंत्री कौन बनेगा मुख्यमंत्री, there was debates on stage, live debates, and they used to blame this thing, that thing, this thing, that thing. I will stop sharing just for a few seconds and let me see कि again it comes back or not. Yeah, it is come. It is not coming again. You can see my applications. Just open anybody, any one of you, open up. You can see my screen. Following conventions means communicating using expected norms for the medium chosen. If I am providing a report in a written 10-page report, then what we should do? And if we are using a live debate, what we should do? If we are in the media, what we should talk? कभी कभी ऐसा होता है किसी पुलिस इंक्वायरी में कि सर अभी तक आपने क्या पाया, आप किसको इंक्वायरी कर रहे हैं, क्यों इंक्वायरी कर रहे हैं, किस लिए कर रहे हैं. The spokesperson of the ministry or that particular department says कि it is under jurisdiction of the inquiry committee. Let them report the result and then we will discuss about that. Right? Then communicating skill mein most important activity is listening, which means, like say for example, your principal is taking a meeting. That time you are not expected to disturb the meeting by any means, anyways. By any means or anyways means by the way of mobile, looking at your mobile, he is speaking and you are involved or engaged in your mobile, or your side talk, nothing doing, which means it requires carefully paying attention, taking notes, making your own notes which are desirable of you to make, asking questions after that is over, after the speaking is over. Otherwise, engaging active engagement in the ideas which are being communicated by the speaker. Now, reading is decoding the written words and images in order to understand what the originator or the presenter is trying to communicate. What are the ideas that are being communicated? And then speaking. Speaking means using carefully chosen words, tone of voice, what tone you use, what body language you represent, gestures, your facial expression, visual aids you utilize to convey your ideas. That is all included in one word that is called speaking. Next one is, and this probably is the last one, turn taking, which means receiving ideas or to providing ideas, switching off, flipping, back and forth between those in communication situation. Like, say for example, there is a meeting going on. Once the principal has stopped talking, now what are your ideas? Say for example, the principal ask you people, "Ki, I have got 5 lakh rupees from the management to have a public gathering in our school. What are your particular ideas?" One may come up with annual function, but that is a very costly affair. The next one may come up with the art and craft exhibition. The other one may come up with the fate, so on and so forth. Turn taking. Now next is using technology, and technology is not only mobile, not only iPads, but it is taking from right from the basic phone call to emails. That means utilize. Then now the new technologies are being there. iPods or podcasts, we say podcasts are there, like webinars like this one is going on. So using technology for communication, for exchange of ideas between two or more than two people. And then finally, ideas, that is writing, speaking, the words that are to be chosen, the sentences that are to be comprehended, the paragraphs for the purpose of communication, who is removed by distance, either by time or by, like for example, Mr. Venu is now at present sitting at Abu Dhabi, and I am at in UP in Ghaziabad. But we are still communicating with each other. We are still in contact with each other. And how I am speaking, what I am speaking, the way I am speaking, probably you might not be able to see my gestures, but they are very much there. So by distance, or and we are both rather remote by distance as well as time. Thousands of miles we are apart, and we are at a time gap of 1.5 hours. Over there, it might be now 6 o'clock, around 6 o'clock. Over here, it is going to be 7:30. So that is the distance between, that is the difference between time and distance, or both. So, ladies and gentlemen, I come to the conclusion that these are the four basic skills, 4 C's of 21st century learning skill. Now, I will end up with this webinar now. Stop sharing, and you can open up your videos, unmute yourself, open up yourself, and then you can come up with the ideas. I'll stop sharing now. Yeah. Yes, anybody who wants to speak now can open up. Kiran Chatterjee, good evening.
Sir, good evening. How are you?
बस ओलियो ग्रेस मैम बहुत ठंड में बैठे हैं.
Sir, these days we are listening about blended learning. So, how
Yeah,
come this integrated learning and
this is
blended learning are different?
both are more or less same. बहुत बहुत
Okay,
minute difference होता है. Blended
okay.
learning means online as well as offline, both.
जैसे आपने अभी बताया कि if teacher is not present, then they can make their own videos and send it to the children. So
Flip
that
teaching
will come
नहीं,
under
that
the
हाँ, that
blended
is
learning only.
that is flip teaching.
Flip teaching.
वो
Okay, sir.
flip teaching there है, that is a part of blended learning or blended teaching, or both. You can
Because I have heard that blended learning will definitely will be a part of our teaching very soon.
very soon. I tell you what will happen. That is basically depends upon the management whether they are able to spend that much money or not, because that involves putting up the video, this closed circuit cameras, CCTV होता है ना, वो हर
Yes,
क्लास
sir.
में लगेगा.
Yes,
Or
sir.
if a child is absent from the school, he is not able to attend the school, he is sick or something. So what will happen? You will put on that video and that camera, and he will be able to watch exactly. Like say for example, I tell you one thing.
So
Ki,
don't you think, sorry to interrupt, don't you
yeah,
think that will be a breach of, privacy of
privacy,
the
yeah,
classroom?
yeah, that will be. But then they will find out the solution to that also.
Either we should make only the video of that particular class, then it's okay. But when we are putting the video of the class on the group, or we will open it for everyone, it will be difficult for the teacher to manage.
You see, because there might be, like in this webinar, I have muted everybody.
Yes, sir.
I have muted from my side. But you could open from your side. Over there, the permission was. The participant can open up their mic or videos to communicate. But in that case, there will be no permission to anybody to open up either video or audio. Just like this, I have stopped sharing. Now we are communicating with each other. If you have got any question like this one you have just now asked, and Samsung, who is this Samsung SMA4? क्या है? Please put up your name. This is why मैं Samsung के नाम से ही सर्टिफिकेट बना के भेज दूंगा. भेजना कहाँ है वो तो नहीं पता चलेगा ना. तो मैम, blended or integrated teaching is something different. Integrated teaching means two or more than two teachers come together to the same class. And integrated teaching is basically dependent upon the integrated curriculum. That integrated curriculum means कि a teacher of physical education can teach mathematics to class 10, class 9. How now it can happen? In
Only
mathematics,
till the primary level it is possible,
up to middle
because
level, up to middle level, up to middle
what
level,
I
it is
have seen
possible.
in my career up to primary level, above that, again, the specification of the subject is necessary.
No, specification. You see, for example, I tell you one thing. The people, they are, a mathematics teacher is teaching arc in the mathematics class. The student
Hmm.
is not able to understand what exactly is the arc. He says semicircle or a part of
Hmm.
a circle. Still
Hmm.
they are not able to understand. What now they do is they take the class to the football field, ask the physical education teacher to create an arc. फुटबॉल गोल का पोस्ट के चारों तरफ एक आर्क बना के दिखा दीजिए सर, इनको कैसे आर्क बनता है, कॉर्नर
Hmm.
कैसे बनाया जाता है वो बता दीजिए. He will practically do the things
Hmm.
and then come
Right.
up with the idea, and then that idea will be clear to them, to means students.
Understood,
This
sir.
is the arc.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or physics teacher is teaching mathematics, and physics teacher, they both can collaborate. How? With mathematics teacher is teaching Pythagoras theorem, through which perpendicular square plus base square is equal to hypotenuse square.
Hmm.
Using this particular formula and using the image chaya of a building, how you will find out the height of a building?
Integration of mathematics and
In,
physics.
yeah, physics.
Hmm.
Simple. So that way, that is
Basically, we
integrated.
wanted to we wanted to connect all these subjects with our practical life, real life.
Practical, yes. That is why they are to be integrated, because we are teaching pure mathematics, pure science, pure social studies that are of no use to him in his future life,
Hmm.
working life. वहां पे उसको सोशल स्टडीज क्या करनी है?
Right.
अकबर कौन था, बीरबल कौन था, उससे कुछ नहीं लेना देना, वो
Hmm.
यूटिलाइज ही नहीं होंगे. बट नाउ इंटीग्रेटेड करिकुलम एंड फर्दर ब्लेंडेड टीचिंग, अभी आगे क्या जो आने वाला है, both of them, if they are integrated together, then they will produce the result कि yes, social studies can also be utilized by a person who wants to be a traveler.
Hmm.
ब्लॉगिंग करता है, ट्रैवल ब्लॉगर है,
Right.
so he want to be there. So he should know exactly about the geography. He must know about the history. What are the different forts over there? What are the different palaces over there? Who created them? When what is that created?
Hmm.
Do you know, madam, which is the largest Hindu temple out of India or in
Sir,
India?
Cambodia. Cambodia.
Kampuchea. Yeah. And the place, name of the place is
I'm forgetting. I have read
Angkor Wat,
Angkor Wat. Yes. Hmm.
right? अभी
Hmm.
किसी से पूछें ये क्वेश्चन, आज की जनरेशन में वो बोलेंगे अयोध्या.
Hmm. Correct.
तो ऐसा ये हिस्ट्री, ज्योग्राफी, साइंस, फिजिक्स, मैथ्स, एवरीथिंग इज यूटिलाइजेबल. द ओनली थिंग इज दैट कि पहले इंटीग्रेटेड नहीं था, आज इंटीग्रेटेड हो गया.
Hmm.
मैंने कई देखे हैं ऐसे जो साइंस का होने के बावजूद दे हैव बिकम दोज व्हाट यू कॉल, उसको क्या बोलते हैं, आई डोंट नो, अभी मेरे को नाम ध्यान नहीं आ रहा उसका. वो रैंडम पेंटर नहीं होते हैं,
Yes, sir.
नॉट स्पेसिफिक पेंटर बट रैंडम पेंटर.
Hmm.
मेरे को ध्यान नहीं आ रहा उसका पर्टिकुलर प्रोफेशन का नाम. चलिए, आपने क्वेश्चन पूछा एंड दिस इज वेरी नाइस दैट यू वर एक्टिवली एंगेज्ड.
Sir, the point is कि when we are taking this profession, that means we should be serious about it. If changes are coming, we should happily accept that. Then only we can survive.
We have to accept, otherwise there is no chance of survival.
Yes, sir.
There
And
is no chance.
otherwise, if in my case, if I see myself 22 years back also, when I used to teach social science in primary section,
Mhm,
that time I used to show them the photographs of my personal life.
mhm,
Wherever I used to go, I used to show them.
mhm.
See, this is related to your chapter, so children still, remember that. So
Yeah,
I can correlate this in today's scenario also.
mm.
The NEP wants this only.
That they
How
want that.
this social science is connected to your direct life.
That's right. Very much right.
Like if we are talking about states, if we are talking about different continents, so whenever I used to go out, I used to click the photograph only for my children,
Yeah.
and I used to make a album of that in my mobile.
Mhm.
So I used to take permission from my principal,
Yeah.
special permission, that I am taking this mobile and I'm showing them these pictures, because this way they will be more interested. So I know ki this impacts a lot to the children.
That's very much right. Very much right. और आपका वो वाला डाउट क्लियर हो गया?
Sir, I had no doubt, but I have forwarded those information to the admin department. They have not reverted back, so I am considering that
Accepted.
they have accepted.
Chapter 13, section 13B. The webinar should be conducted by a registered society in the state or the center. It is
Okay.
specifically written, so you need not worry about it. मैडम हमारे पास
Otherwise,
तो
also, sir, these days, many NCRT and Nipun programs are also coming. So I keep watching them,
हम्म,
and that is also added in my hours. So I'm not worried about those hours. My point is to grab as much as knowledge I can
that's right.
for making my teaching better.
Better. चलिए, that is great that you are serious about your career. अभी तो आपका काफी समय होगा रिटायर होने में मैम, प्रिंसिपल भी बनना है अभी आपको.
Sir, that is not my aim. My aim is ki if I am here, my children should gain from me and I should be able to give them something, so
मैम
that
सबसे
in
बड़ी बात
future,
ये है कि
if they
हमारा
remember,
जी,
if they remember, they should remember कि हाँ ये टीचर से हमें कुछ मिला था.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल यही मैं कह रहा
I
हूँ. दिस
don't
इज द
want to come in
लेगेसी.
the category of the only the teaching stuff.
दिस इज द लेगेसी वी हैव टू लीव बिहाइंड.
Yes, sir.
लोग जाने के बाद याद तो रखें.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
और क्यों रखें यार कि मैम वो मैडम थी. They
Yes,
will
sir.
start comparing later on.
Yes. That is my aim.
This was a very fruitful session and a conversation with you, ma'am. And
Thank you so much,
see
sir.
you on 29th. I am going to conduct a webinar on learning styles of students,
Okay.
and I will advertise it tomorrow mornings. I will start. Probably might be today evening also. I might
Okay.
start. You will get the recording tomorrow morning and certificates day after.
Sure, sir. Sure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Have a nice supper and nice sleep.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank
Yeah.
you. Good evening.
Good